Hello, folks, and welcome to Minecraft the Hard Way. I'm Karen Dave, your host, and I confess I have little time. I put together something truly special for you today, though. It's something different. We've never done it before. We are going to booby trap BebopVox's base. That's right. Take a look in here. A bag full of chicanery. I have labored for almost 2 hours now assembling these things legitimately. Even though you cannot see I have done it, I have done it. Sorry for the theatrics, but I am a little bit excited. There's one last thing I want to do. Oh yeah, we can't go out there. One last thing I want to do before we go, though, and I'll sort of reveal this plan as we go. This is something different. It's actually been done to me before by Lyinginbedmon, so I want to give him credit. This is a variation of what he did. So the first thing we're going to do... Oh, wait, wait. Toss this block of gold in there. You'll come and use later. And the next thing we're going to do is pull out this. Right. What we need, actually, is some grass. Sounds strange, I know, but we need some grass. Because we're going to be going through into this crazy, wild world, right? And we're going to be creating new life. We are going to... Whoa! That's right, there's a hole here. I'm getting preoccupied. We are going to be creating new life. And I think we're going to do it out at the farm. Because, you know, why not? Boy, look how fast we go. Whoa! Right. We'll do it right here on this other farm plot that isn't used yet. By the way, Sue's magical crop's out of control. Just completely out of control. I don't even know what to do about it. So let's go like this. Oh, interesting. It's actually right there, huh? Okay, well that... No, little dude. There you go. You're out. Whew. Oh, yes. I guess I'd better, turn this on. I'm kind of getting used to it, though. It's almost comforting at this point. Like, I don't know. Anyways, what we're going to be doing is making the very first plant that any aspiring witch will want to make, and that is called the grassbur. The grassbur is a very simple accomplishment, although it's a little bit trickier when I'm constantly, you know, being struck by lightning, etc., etc. Alright, so it's actually fairly simple to do this. First, we're going to have to go into our bag of tricks and pull out one of these. This is just a chest. And then we're going to break this. So now we've got water in the middle, right? And I believe this is how it works. And then we put grass on all four sides. Now, this is sort of a ritual circle for witchery. And then we pull out this mutating spring, which is not a complicated thing to make. We have the ant twigs. No, please don't burn my... Ugh. That makes plant magic a little bit more complicated. Oh, by the way, this is the long stride spell that I made for Shin and Duncan. This is not the exact copy. It is, I made it for them just because I was really tired of watching them just, you know, run around and constantly be screwed up. So, yeah. Okay, here we go. And we got to break that down there and put down one more of these. There. Now, this should allow us, if we tap this... Please stop showing me lightning. There we go. Now we've made grassburs. Grassburs are helpful little plants that can grow just about anywhere, and they can hold objects for you. Don't sweat it if you don't quite understand what that means. They basically just are a single item inventory. And it's, you know, straightforward. What you can do, though, is you can put ritual components in them, and they count as if they're lying out in the middle of a magical circle. So let's go ahead, put this guy back, and put these right here, because they're part of the next thing. So, the next thing we're going to do is activate our Sigil of the Dome and grab our, as you can see, we're already repulsing water quite disturbingly, but we're immune to fall damage, so we're fine. And we're going to fly out far over by the water dojo that you saw me make with Sue. Really? You know, yeah, it's just the price of magic. It's fine. And we're actually going to fly out here, there we are, and go deep underneath the water here. Yes. Deep underneath our magical dojo. Because we need to chunk load this dojo. So all around this coral forest, right? Beautiful. Beautiful. Let me go into my magical bag of stuff and pull out my Sigil of the Blood Lamp. Because we want to, you know, we want to do a little bit of stuff here. Let's see. Cucumber coral. There's plenty of this. Let's leave a light. All right, there we go. So now we are deep underground, under the water here. It's difficult to see. What we want to do here is, well, the coral is pretty, but it's actually kind of a pain in the butt to work on. Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe we'll be fine. Let's go ahead and pull out of my magical bag of dark magic here a ritual stone, or a master ritual stone, and our dome here. This is the Dome of Suppression. This is exactly the ritual that we need to do our dark work. Our dark work in this case is to create a suitable holding pen for Mickey. Mickey, of course, being our friend's bartender. Now, this sponge here serves as an ideal platform, but ultimately will be removed in favor... I don't think I can use anything for anything, can I? Interesting. Mechanical sponge. That's fascinating. We're going to be placing it in favor of this. I believe this is how it goes. I've never used this ritual this way before. But, yeah, we put that there. And now we should be able to, with the Dome of Suppression, actually build this dome. Right? And then if we tap it with our Ritual Activation Stone, just a little bit of a tap here, we should find that a substantially larger area of this underwater complex. Almost, wow. Almost, actually, that may be too much. Huh. Look at that. It's quite a lot. You can even see the little column of ice I made. Quite a lot indeed. I don't know, guys. What happens if we break this? Does it shrink back down? Because that seems like almost too much. Gotta break it with an iron level. Let's just break and replace one of these. That'll break the ritual and cause, yes, everything to become crashing back down to just the size of my thing. So now let's go ahead and tap that without. Is this big enough for our purposes? Oh yeah, this is plenty big enough for our purposes. Now, I chose this coral reef for a reason. This coral reef is an interesting place, right? And part of the reason it's an interesting place is that it is so distinct, so different, if you will. And it's this place that we are going to inter our friend Mickey the bartender. All right, folks, I'm all ready. So the first thing we're going to do is step down here. Now, I have teleposers. Teleposers allow us to move a 5x5 region. I have 4 of them, but we're only going to be using 2 here, and we won't be using the focuses just yet. Don't worry about it. But what we want to make sure is not to clip our ritual. So 5x5 means 2 on either side of a center lane. So if we place ours in a row here, 2, so we want to go 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's go ahead and do that by first turning into our trusty building tool, the chicken. Now let's put a little bit more light down here. I'll spare you this digging part. All right, I've dug out a little area, done a little bit of calculation. We should be able to just go ahead and do this now. So let's go ahead and place one of these, 1, 2 from the edge there, 1, 2, 1, 2 there. These are now in position. What will happen is when they receive a redstone pulse and are properly configured, which we will do shortly, they will teleport a 5x5 block starting one above them up and away to wherever they are targeting. Now, because this area is a special ritual, and this magical ritual holds at bay basically the entirety of this water, when the blocks are moved, not only will this coral and sponge and all these other things get moved to Bebop's base, where I'm going to telepose this with Mickey, but at the same time, all these blocks that are actually being suppressed water will themselves do it. It's going to make a massive mess, and it's going to be really fun to watch them struggle to recover. So basically, a flood in a coral reef is going to appear mysteriously inside their base. It will be inexplicable, and it'll be fun. So before we go, we have to go and get a couple more things set up before we can test that. But what we do want to do is dip into our bag of tricks here and grab a wireless receiver, because this is the remote part of the location. So we go ahead and put this down, and we're going to use, let's see if we can get it to work. Do I need a wrench? There we go. I need a wrench. We're going to use, how about we use one of my favorites for the 500,001. There we go. Level. So we'll leave that. It's going to receive 1,500. When it receives that pulse, then let's go ahead and grab also from my thing here some of our trusty redstone wire, which, by the way, this is actually pretty easy to make, although it looks a little bit intimidating. I just made 2 stacks. You just need a lot of redstone to make it, and I have a lot of redstone, so no problem. And we can just go like this. Like so. And ta-da, we have now got a system which will telepose these. The wire will not get teleposed as soon as that hits a signal. So we got this. This is set up for now. So let's go ahead, and somehow I lost this on my base. So let's go ahead and call this water dojo, and prison. Because this is clearly a water prison, right? And now we're done with this, so let's go ahead and turn back on our dome of suppression here, our personal dome. And then we will fly, well, we'll transform into a less ridiculous form, of course. And then we're going to fly off to Ridge's, or I guess Bebop and Ridge's base. Here we are at their base. What's up, Mickey? You sticking your big booty out? Let's just, you want one of these? Want a gross piece of kelp? Gross piece of coral? No? Okay, well, that's good. Mickey, I am your liberator. I know about how they defiled the homeland. I know all about it. I also know all about this strange and mysterious passage that occurs right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to wall this up right around here, right? Now, let's go ahead and do a little bit of a thought experiment before we start here, right? Actually, we want to go probably one more. We'll fix that in a second. Mickey, I need to work. Where are we going to put the center of this? We're going to put one, I think, right under here. And that'll go 1, 2, 1, 2. Is this valuable stuff? Not really. Right. So we'll put one underneath there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one underneath that chest. Perfect. And that should cover all the area that Mickey can possibly reach. Now, we'll have... all we have to do in this case, it's really cool, is just bury these things, and we're good. So let me go ahead and do a little bit of digging. This is by far the easier of the two builds. And of course, our trusty Diggin' Chicken. Diggin' Chicken places trail teleposer. Diggin' Chicken builds. And the next one goes here. Now, we have placed the trap, and it's subtle. It's hard to see, right? It's just 2 blocks, and yet it is so very dangerous. Here's why. All we have to do is pull out these teleposers, one at a time. Inventory is getting a little bit full here. So this, you'll note if I mouse over this, 0, 0, 0. I right-click it, and now it says 299. It's bound to this location. Similarly, we go right over here, bound to this location. Beautiful. So now we have 2. They're slightly different, but Mickey, you will be limited. You will be liberated, and you'll be liberated in spectacular fashion. And I will give you a beautiful palace under the sea for which you can enjoy yourself. Okay, let's get the heck out of there. Oh, that's annoying. That's all we actually have to do here for now. We have these teleposers bound. Let's carefully put them back in. Now, the number one thing we have to make sure is that they're bound to me. So you have to right-click the air with them initially when you get them to bind them to a mage. And then we need to make sure that we don't accidentally right-click another teleposer with these. Very important to remember that, because then you'll rebind them. It can be hard to notice that it's done because it's just 3 little numbers, especially if they're kind of roughly related in the x-axis, you know? All right, Mickey, you're good down there, right? Right. Now, we need one place to be the trigger point for this, and ideally it would be open to the sky so that they can feel its wrath, with a little bit of space underneath so that I have room to build. Let's see here. Where could we do this? They have many good spots around? Oh, look right here. Now let's go ahead and pull out our wand and see what's underneath here. It's always good to check before you so what's up here? All right, we got plenty of room underneath here. Plenty of room to do our dark business. So let's go ahead and pull out, first let's just go ahead and dump some stuff in the system. It's not my personal trash can, but, you know. Right, so let's go ahead and break this. Now what we want to do is put down at the center of this a podium. This podium is going to be where we write our ultimate taunt. Now, you know, maybe you'd look better this way. Like I can rotate it? I can't? No problem. And what we're going to also do is place down 4 shrouded plates around it so that anyone who gets close will help to spring the trap. I think that should be good. I mean, it's kind of, people are kind of just drawn to right here, right? And they'll come up and they'll hit it. Now, those 4 plates are important because they're going to be how we get a redstone signal. Now, if I dig down right here, right? And let's just say I put something right here and then get right there so I can see the top. If I grab this wire, right, and I go like this, Let's get rid of this. And I don't know, let's go like this, 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 just so that it doesn't loop back on itself. When I step right here, you'll see that the wire lights up. So these can basically transfer the weak hidden signals from underneath there down further. Now, what's supposed to happen here? What's supposed to happen is that we're going to dig a small area just for a rather disturbing surprise. Let me dig it and then I'll show you what I mean. Alright folks, I've dug out a small chamber underneath here. Made sure to smooth out the environment so that he'll never know. And let's just hop out here. It's kind of hard to move forward. Whoa! And if we step on this, we should see... yes, I actually need to connect it up there. We're almost there. Almost there. Connected here, 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 and here. And now we should see the actual thing light up as a result of our step. Yeah, as we can see, it lit up. Now, the trick here is that what we're going to do is actually lay down a little bit of circuitry. But first, let me reach into my bag of tricks here. Well, first, let me send some of this stuff out. I mean, ugh, we got so much dirt, got so much cobble. Don't need it all. What we'd like to do here is, well, I guess what we want to do is grab some white chalk and gold chalk and actually make a magical circle. Now, I'm going to fire this off one time for the purposes of demonstration, which should be kind of fun, but then I'll have to come back with new materials to actually set it up off camera. So I'm not going to do this. I'm going to run it once via the pressure plates on camera, and then I'll show you how we're going to 1, 2, 3. This is obviously not the right place. What a waste. Like so. And then 1, 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So this is roughly centered there. Nah, you know, I don't like it. I'm going to redo it. There we are. Now we have a functional magical circle. Now, let's see if we can get this to trigger. So now what I'm hoping will work here is that we can go like this. 1, 2, 3, like this, and then we'd like to do is have a repeater go straight in. It's gonna be tricky. It's gonna be tricky for sure. Actually, we may just be able to do this all up here. Sorry that I'm being a little bit cryptic here, but I am trying to surprise you. Okay, so there we go. We got these graspers too. Let's go ahead and put these down. We just need 3, 2, 3, right? Now, each of these graspers gets a different object. In this case, we're going to toss this stuff back in here for a minute because we don't need it. We'll get this, the wood ash, an iron sword, wood ash, and a tuned stone. Let's go ahead and put this here, put this here, and put this here. Now, this is the Rite of Sky's Wrath, if I've read the book correctly. Let's hop up. Now, if we step on this, in theory, it will cause this all to happen. Yep, here it comes. Brace yourself. Just a lot of lightning right here. I don't think this will kill him in his power armor, but it will cause a rainstorm, basically make a lot of noise, and probably hit a little bit. Oh, look. This is back, and the stone is back, and the wood ash is back. Interestingly, we get all of it back. I just need to reattune the stone. So that's fantastic. We got some lightning strikes and some rain, and then we get a thunderstorm, which is bad for me because, well, it's fine for me. All right, so all we have to do is go ahead and put this back. I'll have to go recharge the stone. I don't think I brought... Maybe I do. Do I have a spare? Do I have a spare? Because I usually carry a bunch. But yeah, I'm not carrying any. I've been testing, so I depleted all of them as far as I can see. That's fine, though. We'll come back a little bit later. What we want to do now is we want to build a little... I guess we use some limestone for that. Annex here. And we want to smash this. Because what we want to do is make sure this doesn't just happen when someone steps on that. We want to make sure it happens when Bebop steps on that. Now, for that to work, what we're going to do is pull out this online detector for random things, which is not the most expensive thing in the world for someone who's got the resources I've got. And I don't have automated resource creation, so for everybody else, it's going to be way cheaper. And let's go ahead and put that here in kind of a cradle. Well, you know what? No, let's just be safe. And let's kind of put it on a cradle here. And then let's go like this. 1. Right, okay, that leads right in. Perfect. And then what we want to do is go in here and grab and... let's see, I have a couple things here that I just built. An AND gate would be perfect, I think. Right, so the AND gate has 2 ins, and we want to have at least 2 in before it will be allowed to go out. Now, so that means that if we set this to Kieran Dave, right, and save, it will come on in just a sec, right? Now, that's one of the 3 gates in, so let's just lay out... Can I see this from here? I should be able to. If I hop up here, now, come on, and hop on one of these, what we should see, we may have to move this a bit, because that's definitely on. What we want to do is set it up so that, interesting. I wonder if we could trigger this vertically, and then maybe use a micro block to separate the 2 things. I bet you we could. I bet you we could. Because one thing we could do... There we are. So now we should be able to... if I can just hop out. I see what I did here was I used 2 covers and just a redstone torch to fill in the last thing. It's a little bit ugly, but you know what? I don't care. I don't care. We're kind of doing this on the fly. I didn't even go home to grab supplies. That was just what I had on hand to request. So now if we go like this, we should see... Yes, it lights up. And it tries and fails to start the ritual. Now, the ritual is not the only thing we want to start here. We also want to make sure to get a repeater going here. And do we have enough room? We have just enough room, I think, to toss one of these down. And make sure that it has a nice, long pulse. Let's see. We'll have it go, I guess, 16 ticks. It'll take 16 ticks to activate, and then it will send a redstone signal off to those other the other place. So let's go ahead and grab a wireless transmitter, and if you recall, the frequency we chose is 151. Like so. Now, let's just hop this up, and that will actually hold the signal on for a pretty long time. 16 ticks is not a short amount of time. Although, maybe we could make it 32, just to make it really, really clear what's happening for us. Alright, so as you can see, we step on it, and then it takes a little while, and then it powers it. Even if you step off, it lasts for quite a while. Let's just make sure, though, to set it up for... I mean, 32 ticks is barely a second, so they only have to stand in it for just over a second for the entire trap to trigger, which is probably pretty good. So, now we've got this system. This system basically fires up. All I have to do is come back here. Oh, I gotta put this grasper back in. I accidentally knocked it off. With a charged stone. And this, yeah. Update, little buddy. There you go. All I have to do is come back with a charged stone and put that in. So I'm just going to grab a little bit of dirt to close this up. Now, maybe just from over here. And then we'll be basically golden to actually go about setting up the final part of this trap. But we're basically good now. I'll just leave one little hole open. Now, I need to write the text for the book that will draw them over. Yeah. Here we go. Know this, rapacious one. Your transgressions in our homeland undid the careful work of 1,000 years of magister artifice and defiled the sacred halls of our forefathers. Your ignorance might have been forgiven had you not exploited that land for all you could and even captured one of the last prismatics to serve in your foul fortress's menial labor. You will not be forgiven. I have taken the prismatic. I will return him to his rightful place. I have left you my calling card. I would challenge you to find me, but you cannot even breach the crudest of my defenses. Your patron, Ridgedog, cannot oppose us. You cannot oppose us. Beg for forgiveness and the circle might intercede. Know that you will find no pity from me. Signed, the Storm Sage, which people have started calling me. Not a bad name, I guess. Kind of falls in. So let's just leave that there. I have reset the player detector to focus on Bebop, and we're almost ready. All we have to do now is charge up the attuned stone, and then go and bind these things. Although, you know what I should do to probably draw some attention, because this is a little subtle? Maybe I should grab the last interesting thing in my pack here that I haven't really used yet. This, and some Abyssal Stone. And let's see if we can leave some interesting calling cards. How about this? Ridgedog. And let's have him, let's see, bent over like this. Actually, no. How can I make him look more upset? Oh, wait. We could go like this, make his head, make his legs straight. Right, and then we can tilt his head down like he's bowed, right? Oh, I got an idea. I got a better idea. One sec. Alright, there we go. And I'll just break these. And now these disturbing statues are just going to hover in midair all around the base. Delightful. And pretty visible from midair. Yeah, definitely invisible from midair. And very, very strange looking. Alright, well, now we got to go back and install the remaining things, and then I'll finish up with what we're doing down here. So let me just go back and let's go install Mickey's temporary, I might add, holding pen. He is a beautiful prismatic being from the land of magic, and he will of course be given the respect he deserves. But first, before we can get him there, we have to get him safely out of the base and make a point about it at the same time. Alright folks, so now let's just do the last little bit of this, which is that we carefully go in, and let's see, this is, where are we? This is the more negative, well, you know what? It doesn't matter. It's going to be strange, it's going to be weird, for sure, but it's fine. We'll go like this, carefully put it in without necessarily touching it, and then we'll also go, grab the last one, and carefully put it in without touching the outer edge. There we go. The trap is now set. And by the way, I've replaced this with regular redstone. Now, one last thing I need to do, just to be responsible, is I need to go grab some fencing and carefully fence this area off so that Mickey can't leave. I don't know if he'll go cheerfully drown himself, but I don't want to risk that, as it is quite a rare creature, that Mickey. And I'm doing this for him, not for me. So I need to go and make sure that he can't wander off by fencing off the edge of this. And I may just do it by sort of just making a big wall of ice around the edges there. You know, not too hard. We'll see what we can do. But folks, I think that that's a good place for us to stop. This episode's a little on the long side, but should be fun, should be fun. I really hope that you've enjoyed this. I unfortunately will be traveling and probably won't be able to see the result of this, but watch Bebop's channel. I'll try and link it, and we'll see if that helps out. But this should be good. Oh, I nearly forgot. Before we go, the last touch, I have to chunk load this area. Of course. All that work would be for naught if we didn't chunk load the area. Let's chunk load the area up over here. And why am I still a chicken? This is ridiculous. Can't get anywhere, can't do anything. I'm a hasted chicken. So let's go ahead and put this right here. And let's just increase the chunk limit to 3 by 3. That should be more than sufficient for our purposes. Boom. Folks, remember to like and subscribe. Thank you again for helping me reach 3,000 subscribers. For those of you who say they can't take me seriously because I have a beard, you are crazy. Bye.